Yep. No trespassing. Violators will be shot. Survivors will be shot again. That ought to keep anyone from trespassing in my yard. What the hell? How dare you trespass on my property and you're sleeping? I demand satisfaction.
No, sir. I demand satisfaction.
Oh, I demanded it first.
Well, I guess this means it's time for a duel.
Oh. Stay tuned, guys. There will definitely be a duel. Welcome back to the channel. We're going to be taking a look at the Stoeger XRD50. This is a 50 caliber CO2 powered revolver that will shoot any spherical 50 caliber object that you can put in it. So before we get too far into this here, let me show you what you get in the box with one of these things when you buy one. And these retail at about 130 bucks. So you get a lot in the box. Check it out. All right, dudes, let's do a cold weather outside shed unboxing. So we get a manual. Looks like you get about 50 rubber balls. You've got the actual gat piece itself, which is quite substantial. And I like kind of some of the stuff they did on this. So you do get a little kind of shelf for your thumb. So you can actually take a pretty proper shooting position with your hands with this. And it kind of puts your thumb right there. And you do have a little bit of knurling on the front of that trigger guard. On the trigger itself, you've got a safety. And this thing is a double action trigger. Half of the trigger pull moves the cylinder, and then once you follow through, it actually fires it. CO2 goes in the bottom here. You just unscrew it and screw it back in with CO2. When you do gas it up, this little pin will stick out with a little red O-ring on it to let you know, yep, it's got some gas in it. So you get an additional 6-shot magazine or cylinder or whatever you want to call it. And then check this out. You also get a nice little gun rug for the thing. So that is what you get in the box. So let's get back to the video here. All right, now that you've seen that, we are going to get into shooting some of this stuff. So I've got 2 oranges and 2 pop cans down there at 10 yards. And we're going to be using some old school Brass Eagle paintball CO2s for these things. So it's just going to smell like the 90s when we're shooting these, which for you OG paintball players, you know what I'm saying with that. So check it out. We've got some different ammos for these things. This ain't your papa's BB gun. These are 50 caliber aluminum spheres that this thing can shoot. We've also got the rubber balls that it comes with loaded up, and we've got some paintballs. So we're going to be using the paintballs for the duel after we check out what these things velocity at, because like I want to kind of shoot these down a little bit. I do not really want to be getting hit with a 450 FPS paintball, dude. Like 300 FPS, all right. 450, I don't know. So let's go ahead and gas these things up, dude. So take one of these and let's put a drop of oil, just since they're like brand new. Put a drop of oil on the tip of the CO2. And basically how you load these things is pretty simple. You just pull the bottom thing out, unscrew it. I put a little drop of oil on the top of that CO2. We're going to put that in there. And then when you gas it up with the muzzle in a safe direction, you see that? The little pin popped out to show you that, yes, it does have gas. So no leaks. Everything seems good. How's yours going?
A little slow, but it's going.
Yep, the fingers do not work as well in the cold, do they? It's about 30 degrees out here, so those CO2s have been sitting outside for a little bit. That's gonna sort of decrease the performance just a little bit, but let me go grab the FX chronograph. We'll set up here. We'll see what we can do at 10 yards and see how it chronographs, and then we're gonna be dueling. All right, first up is Tim. He's gonna shoot 6 rubber balls at the right targets down there. There's a orange and a pop can. Let's see if we can hit them, but more importantly, what is it chrono at? I heard that ricochet way off in the woods.
Going for the can.
Wait, hold on. Let's pause. I'm going to get a different chronograph. All right, so we got the little FX V2 chronograph on there. That links to that screen. Maybe that'll pick it up. All right, take your other 4 shots, Tim. Let's see. I guess go for the pop can first. There it is. Okay, nice. See if you can get that orange in your last 2 shots or whatever you got left.
It was just right.
Is that it?
Right.
Okay. All right, so that was 6. So he was able to hit the pop can. Looks like we got down to 293. I didn't see what the other velocities were, but it is cold outside. So I'm actually more comfortable with that, Tim, because I do not want to be getting smashed with paintballs at super high velocities. Okay, so let me pause and we'll switch that chronograph to my gun and we'll see what the steel balls do. All right, let's shoot some of these. Basically giant BBs. They're aluminum 50 caliber rounds. So I've got this loaded up with 6. Let's see if I can hit that can and we'll note the velocity this time. Oh, that came back and hit the shed.
I don't think it read.
I don't think it read either. Okay. Oh!
Still reading 293.
I don't think it's reading. Okay. Let's see if I can hit that orange.
Low.
Do I have one left? Nope, that's it. Okay. So we'll see what it did to the can because we both at least got a hit on the can and then we don't be dueling. Let's go check it out. All right. So here's the can that Tim hit. Didn't penetrate, but definitely put a thumping on it. And then here's the one that I hit. Also didn't penetrate, but put more of a thumping on it. And I'm kind of glad that we didn't hit the oranges because I want to eat those. Anyway, you ready to duel?
Let's do it.
All right. So we're out here with 1 round loaded in our pistols because that's how they used to do it back in the 1700s. When revolvers and stuff came around, it kind of ruined dueling, and a lot of those old school dudes thought it was quite dishonorable. So as far as I know about old school dueling, you are back to back and it is a one-hand turn and shoot. So I may not be an expert duelist, but I am the AirShootist. So let's try this. We're gonna go behind each of those obstacles, and that's about 10 paces. I've got a cell phone set out there where I've got an alarm to chirp, and that's when we're going to fire at each other. The best thing to do would be to have somebody else out here to yell draw. Actually, back in the day, they had, I think they called the dudes seconds that would like kind of be caddies to the duelists. And there was a whole honor code associated with it. There's actually a book, I think from the 1700s, maybe from Italy. I forget the title of it, but it tells you all the rules of dueling. I have not read that. So we're just going to do this and see who wins. Hopefully somebody gets shot. I think somebody's definitely getting shot here, dude.
Nothing.
Damn it. Seriously? Neither of us got shot again?
I think mine blew up again.
I think you're breaking tons of paint. So I probably should have anticipated this. In the cold, these paintballs are pretty brittle, and Tim's gun keeps breaking paint. So he just keeps spurting out paint and not actually shooting anything. We're going to try it again. We shot a couple rubber balls out of his to sort of squeegee out the barrel. This time, let's stand in front of the 2 obstacles to give us like a yard closer in each. And we'll try to duel that way. So let's do that.
Oh, I shot you.
Oh, yeah. Dude, did you even feel that?
I didn't even feel it.
All right. The duel has been won. Your prize is you get to keep that gun.
That's a good deal.
Cheers, homie.
Cheers.
Hold on, let's show him what that did. So I did shoot him. He barely felt it. Gave him one of my old school paintball jerseys, but he barely just glanced him, but it did break on him. Man, the fill on these paintballs is kind of nasty. So, all right, well, good duel. I told you I demanded satisfaction. All right, we tried dueling the old-fashioned way with 1 round, and we did get some paint breakage, and it was quite difficult and not really good content. So now we've both loaded a fresh CO2 with 6 shots each. We're going to do it cowboy style. So that means pistol in holster, aka pocket, and then when we hear the buzzer, we'll draw, turn, and shoot. All 6. So this should be a little bit more fun. And boy, I hope I don't get shot in the hand with cold paintballs. So, Timmy, you ready?
Ready?
All right, so time's ticking down. I'm gonna put gloves on because I'll be damned if I get hit in the hand with a paintball in the cold. I hate getting hit in the hand with paintballs in general, but in the cold it sucks. All right, we got 15 seconds starting now. Remember, drawn from your, no hand on the gun, drawn from your pocket. Oh, oh. I don't think I hit you at all. I broke paint again. Did you get hit at all?
I don't know. I didn't feel it.
Oh, dude, I got to pull this camera off here. That, I should not have taken a knee because you shot me directly in the knee. All right, so I broke my blood red paint on my gun. It looks like I got shot. I don't think he shot me. Here, take this, though. You did shoot me in the knee, though. Hard, bro. Let's see what it did to me. Because it definitely got my attention. Oh, nice little welt from the paintball to the knee. You know, I used to be an adventurer like you until I took a paintball to the knee.
I used to be an adventurer like you, and I took an arrow in the knee.
Anyway, let's go up there and wrap up with some final thoughts, Tim. Well, dudes, that's going to do it for the Stoeger XRD50. Kind of a fun toy. Pretty cool. You get to go home with one, but I will caution you this, and you can disagree with me in the comments all you want, and you'll still be wrong. Any air gun is not a defense gun at all. This does say self-defense on here. Maybe if you're a felon and it's the best thing you can get. Honestly, it's not, though, because you can go get a black powder and then just pop off 6 at the rapscallions. But this thing is definitely fun. I think with the rubber balls or the steel round or aluminum rounds that I had, you could probably kill a squirrel or a chipmunk at pretty close range. But more or less, shooting probably the rubber balls out of this is pretty fun in the backyard. So cool little product from Stoeger. Wanted to show you guys that. I'll drop some links in the comments as usual. And Tim, actually, what did you think of these things?
I think it's great. I mean, I think probably 25 yards in is the max you're going to be able to do. Certainly not the most accurate. There's no rifling in the barrel, but
Yeah.
still fun just to plink.
Yeah, and I don't really think that these are made for the 50 caliber paintballs. The barrel sort of like reciprocates a little bit in here, I noticed, when you shoot it. But yeah, we were breaking, I mean, it is like 30 degrees out here, so we were breaking paint. But damn, man, let's see how my wound is looking now. Oh, it's a nice, that's a nice little welt I got there from Tim. I thought I would take a knee and pull a sneaky on you to get down and be less of a target. And you were like, oh, you're going to take a knee? No, I'm going to take that knee. So yeah, I got a nice little welt there from Timmy. So cheers, dude.
Cheers.
And that's it. Peace.